Fresh off a doubleheader sweep on Saturday for the Blazers, they got their second and third win at home here at Memorial Park. They're back in action tonight here at home, this time against a familiar foe of the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners. Tonight for the fifth time of a season series of 6 total games. They enter today 1-3 against the Miners, a chance to get their second win against the interdivision foe in the Northern Division. The Miners at 13-9 in the second spot in that division. The Blazers at the bottom at 8-12, a half game back of a playoff spot. The final game before the All-Star break that will be played here on Saturday at Memorial Park. I'm Rocco Pellegrino, joined alongside Julia Henry for tonight's broadcast on this Wednesday evening, July 3rd, one day before July 4th. And it's a 7:02 Eastern start upcoming here at Memorial Park. The Blazers looking to get back in the win column. Let's get you the starting lineups first for the visiting Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners. The shortstop, Jack Mathis, will lead things off, the sophomore from ESU, leading the team in batting average. Followed by him, it'll be the left fielder, Jeremy Cawley. Right fielder, Jake Milan, will bat third. In the cleanup spot, it's the third baseman, Luke Spencer. The first baseman, Devin Markert, will hit fifth. The designated hitter, Patrick Munley, bats in the sixth spot. The catcher, Gavin Lecoe, will bat seventh. The second baseman, Casey O'Brien, who is still searching for his second hit of the season, will bat eighth. The center fielder, Evan Melberger, rounds out the lineup for the Miners in the 9 spot. For the Blazers here tonight, it'll be Mike Pasco on the hill, who gets another start here at home. And when he's been on the mound here at Memorial Park, he has been about as lights out as humanly possible. As Pasco in his last start, 7 innings, only 2 hits allowed, resulted in 1 run, and the 2 hits were arguably defensive miscues that just unfortunately went against him either way. And he ended up getting the loss in that game, a Wednesday night game back against Trenton 2 weeks ago. Pasco has pitched 7 innings total against Scranton so far in this 2024 season. He's gotten 1 start against them, and he got the loss in that game, but he's only allowed a total of 2 hits and 1 run. So we are ready to get things going here on this picture-perfect night in terms of weather on this Wednesday, July 3rd evening at Memorial Park. The first pitch from Pasco is in for a strike to the shortstop, Jack Mathis. Pasco quickly ahead of the count at 0-1, his second pitch of what is now his 5th start of the season, misses outside. It's 1-1. The defensive alignment tonight for the Blazers from left to right in the infield. It's Carter Ribbon at third, Casey Vaughn at short, Drew Simpson at second, Swansky at first. If that pitch misses, it's 2-1. And then out in the outfield for the Blazers from left to right, it's Matt Curtis, Mason Woolline, and Grayson Kovac. Pasco's 2-1 on the way. This one's popped up and out of play, back behind us, not behind us all the way. Right on top of the pavilion it sits.
It's always an adventure trying to guess where will the foul ball land.
Julia, we saw the Blazers get wins number 2 and 3 here at home on Saturday in the doubleheader against the South Jersey Kings. As the 2-2 on the way from Pasco, check swing. They defer down. They say Mathis did not go. So I'll ask you keys to tonight's game to get back in the win column here at home.
Well, we saw the starting pitchers both go 5 innings, the brothers Jackson and Cole, and that's really what you need. Having to go, some of the bullpen struggles have just been going to the bullpen early, and then you have to just have games where 4 or 5 guys pitch, and you'd rather have 2 to 3 pitch in a game. So if Pasco can extend his start to, those 4 or 5 innings, that's certainly ideal. And then another thing, interviewing the manager, Mike Fitzgerald, after the game, he just spoke about how there are still some injuries plaguing the bullpen, but a lot of guys are healthier now, and they have new players like Drew Simpson and Andrew Swansky who have come in and been able to help this team.
Pasco gets the first out of the night on a payoff pitch, backwards K, to retire Jack Mathis, the leadoff hitter, who is hitting .320 entering that AB. Leading the team now, it's Jeremy Cawley, who just placed down a first pitch bunt that went foul. He's hitting .231. They'll dig into the right-handed batter's box. As the infield and outfield play to their normal depths. Pass goes 0-1 with one retired in the inning. It misses outside. Pasco's pitched a total of 15 innings. It's now his 5th start. He's got an 0-2 record, but really does not deserve the 0-2. That's sports in that category for him. That's the one pitch misses inside. It's 2-1. Pasco, 12 hits allowed total this year, only 4 earned runs. It results in a 2.4 ERA. 2-1 on the way from the right-hander and the All-Star, who was just named to the All-Star game that will be taking place here at Memorial Park on Saturday. One of 3 pitchers on this Blazers pitching staff, Cannon Zamal and Ben Jones, the other 2. Mason will line out in center. He was also an All-Star, and Jackson Schollenberger, who's not getting the start tonight behind home plate. The usual catcher will partake in the All-Star game as well. Pitch is foul back, and the count now full. Pasco holds the 3-2 with one retired in the inning on the way. This one's popped up in the infield. Pasco ranging over to his right towards third base and calling him off as Carter Ribbon to make the catch for out number 2.
Ribbon really called that off a couple of times there. As Pasco was, maybe he didn't hear him at first because he was a little close to colliding with him and trying to catch that one.
He was lingering over there is what I would say. What I would call it.
Yes, good verb.
So Pasco gets the first 2 batters of the inning. A backwards K and a fly out the third. And now it'll be Jake Milan, the senior from FAU at the Division I level, leading the team in extra base hits. He digs in now with 2 retired. The pitch. This one's fouled back into the, might have been the home plate umpire. It looks like he's all right. So might have been the protective gear of Wyatt Harrar, who's doing the catching for the Blazers. And it looks like it did definitely then hit the home plate umpire as he shares a laugh with Pasco.
Not
Walking
only
off.
shared a laugh, gave him a little shove as he walked out there.
He's all right. That's all that matters. Drew Simpson getting the start again at second base. He was pretty solid on Saturday. 3 hits overall. He's now 3 for 8 in a Blazers uniform. I think his first 2 starts at home there in the Saturday doubleheader against South Jersey. The pitch, swing and a miss from Milan, and it's 0-2. Milan leads the team in RBIs and in extra base hits. He digs into the left-handed batter's box, down on the count at 0-2 with 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Pasco's pitch. Backwards, K again. 2 strikeouts looking to start the outing for Mike Pasco, and he gets the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners to go down 1-2-3. We'll head to the second, still scoreless at Memorial Park. Back here for the home half of the first inning. Scoreless start for Mike Pasco. The starting lineup tonight for the Quakertown Blazers. Drew Simpson, the second baseman, will lead things off. He's about to dig in now. The center fielder, Mason Woolwine, and the all-star will follow him. The shortstop, Casey Vaughn, bats third. First baseman, Andrew Swarnsky, in the cleanup spot. Mike Pasco, who's on the hill for the Blazers, bats fifth. The catcher, Wyatt Harrar, will hit sixth. The right fielder, Grayson Kovac, in the 7-hole. The left fielder, Matt Curtis, will bat eighth. And the third baseman, Carter Ribbon, will bat ninth. Chopper to the left side, over to short, ranging over, and throwing it, bouncing its way over to first, beating it out is Drew Simpson, as Spencer not able to make the play. So Simpson aboard with the infield hit on a ball, hit to the left of Mathis.
And as Mason Woolwine steps in the box, I mean, what an exciting start. You get 2 strikeouts looking in the first, and then another pop out. So 3 up, 3 down in the first, and then a leadoff single. I don't know if we've seen this fluidity. I think maybe that's what's, coming off the doubleheader, lost last night. But it's finally fluid baseball, and I think that's what we're seeing as we enter this latter half of the season.
Simpson at first, he will take his lead as the pitch to Woolwine misses outside. It's 1-1. Woolwine 4 for 15 in the 4 games against the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners. 1-1 on the way. Hard hit ground ball to the left side. Spencer has it. He goes to second for 1. Back over to first, and it pulls the first baseman Markert off the bag. He makes the catch, though, but not going to get the out. So 1 retired. They get the lead runner at second, and it's Woolwine now at first. On the hill tonight for the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners is the right-hander Colby Baczynski, the senior from Wilkes, getting his second start of the season. He's yet to allow an earned run in 13 innings of work. So you could guess what his ERA is. 0. Math. That's not really math. That's common sense. 1 out in the inning as this one's lifted in the air out to left field. Ranging over is Cauley towards foul territory, and he makes the catch to retired Casey Vaughn. So 2 gone now in the home half of the first. Now it'll be Andrew Swarnsky, who's still searching for his first hit in a Blazers uniform. Appeared for the first time for the Orange and Black on Saturday in that doubleheader against the South Jersey Kings. The sweep of the doubleheader, he goes first pitch swinging once again. It's a hard hit ground ball to O'Brien at second. He bobbles it and now gets it to first in time to retire Swarnsky. So the Blazers waste the leadoff base runner in Drew Simpson, and they go down 3 batters straight after that. So we'll head into the road half of the second inning. Still scoreless at Memorial Park. It'll be 4-5-6 due up for the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners after a 1-2-3 inning from Mike Pasco. Good news out of Pocono as the Timber Rattlers have lost to Southside. That drops them to 9-13, meaning that the Blazers are still not in the playoff spot, but by 900ths of a percentage point. I forgot what the number was. 900ths of a winning percentage point there out. But if they win tonight, they would be moved into a playoff slot. They also have that 5-0 lead that I'm unfortunately going to have to continue to talk about until that game is made up. The suspended game in the bottom half of the fifth inning against the Timber Rattlers. The Blazers lead 5-0 in that game. There's runners on first and second and 2 outs for Pocono. The rest of that game will be completed at a later date. Count 1-1 now to Luke Spencer. That pitch misses outside. It's 2-1.
And that game could really decide the third playoff spot. You know, it kind of seems like Pocono and Quakertown have been trading wins and losses on and off. So that one game could make or break that spot.
Pasco down to the count at 2-1. Check swing. They defer down. They say Spencer did not go. And the count now 3-1. It really well could, as it could come down to head-to-head if the two teams tie. As the Blazers are able to hold on to that 5-0 lead, the series would go even. 5-pitch walk to the leadoff hitter, Luke Spencer, so he'll take his base. So Luke Spencer aboard for his 19th walk of the season. He leads the team in that category. Now it's Devin Markert, the first baseman, the junior from Wilkes. This is the Wilkes 1-2 punch in the 4 and 5 spot of the lineup for the Wilkes-Barre Miners. Runner from first, Spencer's going. The pitch is outside, the throw down from Harrar bounces short of second and skies over the head. But it's backed up. But nonetheless, Spencer's in the second base with a stolen bag. Spencer now 10 for 11. Pitch missed outside. So the count 1-0 here to Markert, the first baseman, as Pasco holds at the hip, looks the runner Spencer back in scoring position, and the pitch. That's in for a strike, and the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
And that's some early aggression from Scranton to steal on the first pitch of Markert's at bat. And, you know, that's something we've seen struggle from the catching. That throw down, just bouncing that a couple extra feet into shallow center. We've just seen that too many times.
Pasco able to find the zone there, and he gets the count to 1-2. Markert hitting .268 this year. He's got a runner in scoring position with nobody out in the top of the second inning. As time is called, Markert's got something in his eye. Probably a bug. Can speak to how bad the bugs have been around here recently as Markert pokes this one opposite field. Second baseman Drew Simpson over and in time to first for out number 1. The runner, though, Spencer, advances to third. So a successful at-bat for Markert. And now it'll be the DH, Patrick Munley. So Munley will dig in here to the right-handed batter's box with Spencer 90 feet away as the Miners try to strike first. The first pitch to him is fouled back into the protective netting. These two teams, Quakertown and Scranton, the two lowest scoring offenses in the league, but the Miners specifically have the best defense in the league. Credit to the pitching staff and them defensively, as they've only allowed 55 runs this year. The next lowest is 82. The 0-1 on the way. That's in for a strike to Munley in the count 0-2. Outfield and infield played to relatively normal depths. As the runner on third, Spencer, takes his lead. The pitch, ground ball over to short. Vaughn has it. That'll score a run. In time to first for out number 2. As Spencer comes across, Munley gets the RBI, and it's 1-0. Scranton leads.
Good play there and the right choice. I mean, charging on that play, you maybe could have thrown home, but you'd rather give up that run and have 2 outs versus the 1 out, runner on first, and that run probably still scoring.
So Munley gets the job done, and now it'll be Gavin Lecoe coming to the plate. First pitch in for a strike, 2 retired in the inning. And the 0-1 on the way from Pasco. That pitch misses. Gavin Lecoe, the catcher, the junior at Mount St. Mary's, will be teammates eventually with Braden Black, the incoming freshman, next year at the Division I level. That pitch in for a strike. Braden Black had the leadoff triple in Game 1 in extra innings in the bottom of the 9th inning on Saturday. He came around to score on the RBI sac fly from Schollenberger to left field, the other All-Star. As the 1-2 pitch misses outside, it's 2-2. Lecoe doing the catching in this game, batting 138. Pasco ready, the 2-2. Just misses inside. Not a lot of wind here at Memorial Park. Not a lot of clouds in the sky either as Pasco holds at the hip. And the 3-2 with 2 outs in the inning on the way. It's fouled back.
And it's crowded here at Memorial Park. Maybe because everyone has off tomorrow with the 4th of July, but kind of looks like a Saturday doubleheader in the stands tonight.
Pasco's payoff pitch once again, and it's fouled off once again by Lecoe down the third base side. Pasco now up to 34 pitches in the outing through 1 2/3. Here's the payoff pitch, and the off speed misses upstairs. Lecoe takes it and he works a walk. So now it's the second baseman, Casey O'Brien, the freshman at Wilkes-Barre. He still searching for his second hit of the season. He's 1 for 33 this year.
Hopefully the Blazers get the third out here.
2 out in the inning, and it's a hard hit ground ball up the middle for a base hit. Nobody can do it like I can, and O'Brien's aboard. He gets his second hit.
I mean, we talk about announcers jinx a lot, and how many times have we jinxed something?
That one
stinks a little bit. Second hit of the season there for O'Brien.
O'Brien now 2 for 34, if you want to add up the totals. And Gavin Lecoe, the catcher, is into scoring position. It's Evan Melberger, the 9-hole hitter, who also bats in the leadoff spot, so he kind of acts as the second leadoff hitter, turns the lineup back over to Jack Mathis. 2 outs, though, in the road half of the second inning. Pasco's first pitch. That's on the outside corner for strike 1. Casey Vaughn at shortstop near the second base bag, holding Gavin Lecoe back as the 0-1's on the way. This one's poked in the air, out to shallow center, ranging in is Woolwine, and he lets it drop, plays it on one hop, the throw coming home, it's cut off by Pasco. Lecoe will score, it's an RBI for Evan Melberger, and it's 2-0.
And that was, we talk about the outfield, and that was really good communication between Matt Curtis and Mason Woolwine. And Woolwine getting that throw in quickly, running all the way over to get that ball, and just have the best angle to grab that ball on the bounce and then throw it in. That's one of the reasons why he's one of the 5 Blazers that are an All-Star.
So Evan Melberger comes through, and he turns the lineup back over to the shortstop, Jack Mathis, the leadoff hitter. Second in the team in RBIs. He's got O'Brien at second and Melberger at first as the first pitch from Pasco is on the way. Ground ball left side, over to his left is Ribbon, and it sneaks through into left field. Curtis comes in and he bobbles it, but staying at third is O'Brien. And the runners will stay there. The bases are loaded for Jeremy Cawley. Bottom part of the lineup got it done, turn it over to Jack Mathis, and now it's the 2-0 hitter and the left fielder coming to the plate.
And it's certainly interesting that O'Brien stayed at third, but probably with the ball going shallow left, the coach, held him. But with Curtis bobbling that ball, he probably would have been safe at home.
Elected not to be aggressive, could be due to the top half of the lineup coming to the plate here in this half inning as Pasco tries to work out of a jam. He's allowed 2 runs here in the top half of the second, trying to limit the damage. A nice stop by Harar as the first offering to Jake Milan is low. Started things off with a Luke Spencer walk on a payoff pitch. Patrick Munley got the job done on an RBI ground out. A walk and then a single from O'Brien, and Evan Melberger with the RBI following that. This one's popped up. Shallow right field where the infield dirt and the outfield grass meet, and taking a tumble is Simpson, but he makes the catch as Kovac collides with him. A light collision, but it results in out number 3, and the bases are left stranded, but not before the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners plate 2 runners. They get the lead, and we move into the bottom half of the second inning. It's 2-0, Miners over the Blazers. It'll be 5-6-7 here for the Blazers in the home half of the second inning. The Miners plate 2 in the top of the second, and as a result, they nurse a 2-0 lead. Pasco goes first pitch swinging, and he pops it up to right field. Under and making the catch is the right fielder Jake Milan for out number 1. So now it'll be Wyatt Harar from Moravian College, the catcher in this game who is getting the starting spot tonight over Jackson Schollenberger, the All-Star. Schollenberger had the walk-off in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Could see him later as he was inserted into that game that Harar started, as Harar was pinch ran for in the 7th inning. Baczynski working quick as this one's turned on down the left field side and foul. I believe it's 1-1 the count. It is, yeah, 1-1 with one out here in the top of the second inning. Colby Baczynski on the hill, and he delivers that one in for a strike. It's 1-2.
And through both these innings, we've really seen a quick tempo from Pasco and Baczynski. They've really been keeping those pitches going.
Harar swings and pops this one up, this time out to center. Melberger's under it, and he makes the catch. 2 gone now in the inning. So now it's the right fielder Grayson Kovac batting in the 7 spot. Kovac tied for the lead on the team in RBIs and extra base hits. Baczynski working quick, and he turns on a ball, and it's dropping in the left field for a 2-out base hit. Cauley to his knees, he corrals it. Kovac stops at first, and he's aboard.
I was going to add the other thing, that's made this game quick besides the pitches is a lot of swinging at the first pitch from both teams. And that's really what turned into some hits for Scranton, 2 hits for the Blazers, couple of pop outs for them too.
6 pitches in this inning through 3 hitters. Make it 7 now to 4 hitters as Curtis takes the first pitch in for a strike. Curtis, the left fielder, batting in the 8th spot in this game. Spaczynski continuing to work up tempo, this time out of the stretch with a runner on first. He fires that one in for a strike. It's 0-2. The off-speed working for Spaczynski as he's up now to 15 pitches. Hoping the 16th will get him out of the second inning, leaving a runner stranded. He throws back over to first. Kovac slides in head first safely. Curtis batting 167 in this 2024 campaign. The 0-2 on the way from Spaczynski. The runner goes, and it's a swing and a miss from Matt Curtis. He's retired on a swinging strikeout. And Spaczynski gets out of the inning, leaving Kovac stranded at first. So we'll move into the top half of the third inning. It's the Miners 2 and the Blazers nothing. It's 3-4-5 due up for the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners after they get 2 in the top half of the second inning. We move now into the top of the third. It's still Mike Pasco on the hill for the Blazers. This game moving quickly. It was a 7:04 first pitch start here tonight on this Wednesday evening at Quakertown Memorial Park. Final game before the All-Star break. That will be here at Memorial Park. We will have that broadcasted. The Home Run Derby is slated to begin at 2:45 p.m. I will be here for that. Julie will not. For the All-Star game, that is at 6:07. First pitch, the lineups, the introductions, the national anthem is at 5:45. So if you're planning on coming out to Memorial Park for that, that's the itinerary. You have to get the details on the All-Star game, the Home Run Derby. We have the All-Star game rosters. This one's popped up, middle of the infield. Milan skies it, towering fly ball, and it's caught by Casey Vaughn at shortstop for out number 1.
And if you're in the area tomorrow, 4th of July, Quakertown Community Day, there's a ribbon cutting for this Memorial Park field at 11:15 a.m. So that's all I know. I know the time. I'm not entirely sure where the ribbon cutting is, but I would assume if you park in the parking lot by the park
If you get to the general area
and head towards the left field side, I'm thinking it'll be more by that gate.
I would guess so. We haven't gotten too many details, but that's what we're gonna go with. Home Run Derby should be fun. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know how the scoring system is going to work. I was told it's been a little funky in years past, but hey, whatever works. One out here in the inning. Pasco still working on the hill. He's firing in a strike to Luke Spencer. Yeah, count 1-1. Spencer, the third baseman, he worked the walk and then came across to score. The game's first run. Pasco yanks that pitch low and away. It's 2-1. Spencer worked his 19th walk of the season, then stole the bag at second for his 10th steal of the year. The 2-1 on the way, and the off-speed gets away from Pasco upstairs. It's 3-1 now to Spencer.
Good grab from Harar to just throw his glove up and not have to stand up to get that one.
Pasco holding at the belt, down to the count at 3-1. The offering to Spencer is in the other batter's box, and it's a gentleman's 5-pitch walk once again to Luke Spencer. He draws his second of the game. He's aboard. And now it's Devin Markert, the first baseman, junior from Wilkes. Back-to-back Wilkes hitters here in this inning, just as we saw in the last half inning. Bottom part of the lineup getting it done after the first 3 hitters were retired. In the top half of the first, throw back over to first, and Spencer slides in safely. That one a little bit closer. One out here in the inning. Pasco's next pitch will be his 50th. And it's a hard hit ground ball right over to the third. Could be 2. Ribbon is second for 1. Back over to first. And it's gloved out by Sawartzky. The double play ball is in order, and that will retire the side for the Miners. We'll head to the home half of the third inning. We stay 2-0, the Miners lead. Carter Ribbon, the third baseman, will lead things off, who just started the 5-4-3 double play ball to end the top of the third inning. He goes first pitch swinging, and he foul tips it into the mitt. He's down 0-1. Still Baczynski on the hill. Colby Baczynski, the right-hander for the Miners. His last outing against Pocono, the team the Blazers are chasing. The pitch bounces in the dirt. But for Baczynski in that outing on June 25th against the Timber Rattlers, 5 1/3, 80 pitches total, scoreless outing, no walks, 4 hits. Count 1-1. Baczynski deals to Ribbon. Pitch misses, check swing from Ribbon, and he does not go. It's 2-1. The leadoff hitter, Drew Simpson, stands on deck as Baczynski fires in a 2-1 and the off speed misses, and it's 3-1.
And you can see his frustration there as, gets the call as a ball, and he just kind of throws his hands out frustrated, like, what do you mean that wasn't a strike?
Baczynski pumps in a 3-1 strike, and the count moves full to Carter Ribbon, the third baseman and the 9-hole hitter. Payoff pitch on the way, and that's in there for a called third strike. The payoff pitch dealt in for Baczynski. He gets the benefit of the call from the home plate umpire for out number 1. Baczynski's second strikeout. 3 hits to 2 in favor of the Miners so far. First pitch swinging once again from the Blazers, and it's a ground ball to third. Spencer has it, routine play, 2 outs. So after working a full count, the first batter in the inning from Carter Ribbon, Drew Simpson, retired on the first pitch, and now it's Mason Woolwine, the all-star center fielder, leading the team in batting average at .328. First pitch to him. It's in for a strike. Woolwine saw his 10-game hitting streak come to a close yesterday against the Miners. His pitches pop back behind us and foul. Nope, off the pavilion once again. Count 0-2.
That one really slammed into it.
Baczynski looking for a 9-pitch inning here in the third as Woolwine lifts this one in the air out to right field on the run. Milani's under it, and he makes the catch. 1-2-3 for Baczynski, a quick inning as he gets out of the third without a base runner. We head to the fourth. I'll step aside from the play-by-play duties for the middle 3 innings, hand it over to Julia Henry. We thank you for joining us tonight on the Blazers YouTube channel on July 3rd, one day before Independence Day and the final game before the All-Star break. Stay with us here for the top of the 4th inning. It's 2-0, the Miners lead.
It'll be 6, 7, 8 up for Scranton as we head into the top of the 4th inning. Patrick Munley steps up to the plate. He grounded out in his first at bat.
Still Pasco on the hill for the Blazers, up to 50 pitches. If you're looking for the pitch count of the Miners pitcher Baczynski, cut it in half. It's 25.
That one's in for ball 1. Pasco records his first strike of the inning there.
Pasco has been getting first pitch strikes at a 60% clip this year. Doesn't get it against this batter, but he's been efficient there.
Gets Munley to chop at that outside offering, fouls it off. So Pasco's ahead in the count now. Munley swings at that one, and an incredible diving catch by Drew Simpson there. That was, it kind of felt like slow-mo. He just kind of dove and caught it. So out number 1.
Ball was hit really well, too. I didn't think he was going to have a play at it. Lunged out, dove for it to his right. Great play. Rob's a leadoff hit. I'm sure Mike Pasco's happy to see that after. Let's just face it, defense hasn't been great behind him all year. So seeing that play from Drew Simpson, the new second baseman for the Blazers, I'm sure that's a welcome sight.
Certainly. Leco pops that one up way high. Simpson's calling it off. So 2 batters up, 2 batters out by Drew Simpson.
A little bit of an easier catch that time. Didn't have to dive for that one, just kind of sat under it.
Yeah, and that was a pop-up that went about 100 feet in the air.
Yeah.
So Casey O'Brien, who fortunately got his second hit this season, announcer's jinx there from Rocco, in his first at-bat, steps into the box.
Should I test it again or no?
Oh, no, I think we don't need any
All right,
more.
I'll leave it at I'll leave it at that.
Fouls that one off. Evening, or not evening. Hello. 0-2 down in the count.
Pasco looking for his 9th 1-2-3 inning of the season here.
The first base said he didn't. Has the first base said anyone's gone around?
No, he is not. He's been pretty consistent with the calls in favor of the batters.
Yeah. Again, we can't see from our vantage point behind the plate, but
Couldn't tell you what's going
couldn't
on.
tell you
over
what's actually happening. But interesting observation there, as that's a nice easy grounder to Drew Simpson. We'll fire it over to first, and 3 up, 3 down. Drew Simpson got a lot of action in the field, and we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. So after a 1-2-3 inning for Scranton on the top of the 4th, we head to the bottom of the 4th. 3-4-5 for the Blazers. Vaughn, Sawarnski, and Pasco all due up.
Much deserved break for Drew Simpson. Not probably going to. Hopefully he does bat in this inning, but got his action defensive side of things.
And starting things off, swinging at that first pitch, Vaughn hits a nice grounder directly to the first baseman in Marquardt, fires it over to Baczynski, who covers. So 1 pitch, 1 out.
Do you want to guess how many first pitch outs there have been in this game in favor of the Miners? So how many first pitch outs for the Blazers offensively?
Oh, gosh.
That's not
that
low.
that one's going to be a hit as second baseman Casey O'Brien dives. That ball heads into center field off the bat of Swarinski, but goodness. 2?
6.
6?
Wild.
Oh, goodness.
That one, first pitch swinging, but in play, and base hit for Swarinski, his first hit in a Blazers uniform.
Strike 1 to Mike Pasco.
Let me check that tally again. I want to make sure I'm correct, because that just seems so incorrect.
Oh. Also, oh goodness. Okay. Double play ball there off the bat of Mike Pasco. Third to second, second to first. But that was Sawarnski's first hit of the season, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to clear that up. Quick inning overall, and we head to the top of the fifth. Scranton will turn their lineup over in this inning as 9-hole Evan Melberger's first batter due up as Cannon Zamal takes over on the mound. Pasco's done pitching but will stay in the game as the DH for the Blazers.
Yeah, they take him out kind of relatively early. I thought might have a little bit left in the tank, but I like the aggressive nature being from Mike Fitzgerald, go into the bullpen early, go to another all-star. From one all-star to another, Pasco to Zamal. Can't really complain all that much.
Melberger.
This is Melberger, yes.
Melberger frames around a bunt and pulls back for a ball.
Count now 3-0.
So quick 3-0 count from Zimmel. And that one's a little bit too inside, so 4-pitch walk to start his relief stint. Not exactly ideal, but a theme we've seen from the Blazers bullpen is it takes a batter or two for that rhythm to really be established.
The 8th appearance here for Cannon Zamal this season, the 3rd against the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners. He has pitched a total of 3 1/3 against them, allowing 3 hits and no runs, so he's been pitching well against them.
Ooh, and so Mathis frames around the bunt there, lays a bunt down. Harar charges it, fires it down to first, and the out is recorded. And we've seen a lot of guys try and bunt when the bullpen comes in for the Blazers. And I'm not sure, we might have seen 1 or 2 outs, but I think I can confidently say is the cleanest a bunt has been fielded by the Blazers.
I would say so. They've been pretty decent defensively overall, outfield, infield wise. The errors that we saw in the first half of the season have so far in the second half not been as prevalent. Knock on wood.
And of course, the sack bunt works as Melberger advances to second. So now Cawley's up to bat with a 1-1 count.
Blazers have had 6 errors against the Miners in the 4 games against them.
That one's outside. Harar hits off his glove, bounces to almost the edge of the backstop's dirt, but Melberger stays at second. A little bit too delayed to steal third for him. Small looks Melberger back at second before firing that one in for a ball.
Still 1 out in the inning, so sacrifice isn't totally in order here. Not really just trying to get that guy over. Got to come up with a base hit here if you're the Miners.
That one's fired in. Almost hits Melberger, but fired all the way from short to second and takes Sawarnski off the bag. So
The announcer's
Cawley will
drinks.
yeah,
It's back.
Cawley will be safe at first, and so now 1 out, corners on.
I would probably call that an error. It's close, but of course I was just talking about it. So it's runners on the corners, and now the sacrifice is in order, first and third.
What? Are they just putting in a pinch runner, I think?
Yes.
I was
Looks
just
like it.
got a little bit confused when the third base coach walked all the way over to first base, or is that the first? I don't know. I was just a little confused at the movement there, but
It's Luke Kopak, the pinch runner for the Miners over at first now. So the left fielder, Jeremy Cawley, will head back to the dugout.
so Jake Milan steps into the left-handed batter's box with 1 out and runners on the corners for Scranton.
Just trying to put the barrel on the ball here. Make contact, try to score a run. Ball to the outfield, preferably if you're Milan.
Outside pitch from Pasco makes the count 2-0. As that one, he's able to get Milan to swing and miss. So the first strike of the at-bat.
Infield isn't playing too far in. They're looking for a double play ball and a ground ball. 1 out in the inning.
Foul off, evening the count 2-2.
Wouldn't be a bad time for the first strikeout for some Holland relief.
And I'm thinking we might see a steal from Luke Kopak here. Not sure, but the third base coach yelled Luke rather loudly, made some hand signals.
Yeah,
so
the Blazers have been content with just letting guys get the second base bag, so it's probably the smart call.
yeah, I'm alluding that there's gonna be, and there he's off. So Harars fires down and oh, so that was kind of a trick. I'm not really sure what that was.
Well, they threw down the second, and Simpson smartly was cutting it off early in the case that Melberger came home. Melberger just stayed
Yeah.
there, which is fine. I mean, there's 1 out in the inning. He doesn't have to go home, but he kind of took his time going back over to second. If he rushed that throw a little bit, kind of got it out of the hand a little bit quicker over to second, he probably gets Kopak at second because he was
Yeah.
not exactly hustling once that ball was cut off. He just
No.
trotted into second. And Simpson had a play, but he held it too long, and then Kopak stayed on the back.
Certainly swing and a miss. So 2 outs now as the cleanup batter, Luke Spencer, steps to the plate, and we continue to see some interesting base running things throughout this season at Memorial Field.
So it's a huge strikeout. Obviously, sacrifice now out of order, but still 2 runners in scoring position as a result of that stolen bag. So it still ends up kind of costing the Blazers. But
First pitch in for a strike.
still trust Cannon to get out of it, I believe. It's an all-star for a reason. Hopefully I didn't just jinx him again. That would be the 3rd one of the night. I'm going to hope that
3 strikes and you're out.
Yep.
1-1 count.
Spencer's been really disciplined at the plate. 2 walks, 5 pitches in both plate appearances, so he's not looking for anything that's not his pitch.
That one's in for a strike, so 1-2 count. And if you're Zimmel, you know Spencer's the cleanup batter in the lineup, so you also don't want to give him too perfect of a pitch that he can really rope and score both runs and extend into an extra base hit himself. As that one's hit into center field, Mason Woolwine will make the diving catch, securing that for out number 3. So the Blazers strand 2 after all that, and we head to the bottom of the 5th. So 6, 7, 8 up for the Blazers off of an incredible diving catch by Mason Woolwine, the all-star, to end the top of the 5th inning.
No first pitch swinging, so I finally get to talk. Yeah, that was huge. Woolwine, that ball hung up there, and it was rocketed, so I thought it was going to drop in initially, but he covered some ground charging in, read it perfectly off the bat. First step was in.
Harar fouls that one back, finds himself in an 0-2 hole early on.
And Baczynski's still on the hill, the right-hander. He's only got 30 pitches, and it's the bottom of the 5th inning. That's remarkably efficient without going into further detail. I don't think you need to hear it, but
As that misses outside.
31 pitches now, 25 of them are strikes or balls in play.
As Harar pops that one, and it'll drop in that perfect gap between in left center. And we've talked a lot about how there's a lot of room in this outfield, and if you can hit a ball in between that gaps between the center fielders and the corners, it's very likely going to be a base hit. So excellent location from Harar as he's able to hit it not only to center left, but shallow. So, you have to get both guys to move in and up.
Now it's Kovac, 1 for 1 on the night. Had that hard hit ball out to left field. That dropped in for a hit right in front of the left fielder, Luke Kopech, who's now out and left after pinch running in the last half inning.
fouls that one off, evening the count.
So Southside defeats the Pocono Timber Rattlers. Southside up to 14-8. Winners of their last two. The Timber Rattlers now have dropped their last four. And as a result, the Blazers with a win tonight would slot into a playoff spot.
And that one is just rocketed right back to Buczynski. Ooh, almost a little double play there as that one was rocketed back to Buczynski. So it goes back to, I believe, the shortstop in Jack Mathis, who quickly fires it over to first. That'll get Kovac out. But then Harar kind of turned around second a little bit. And Marquardt at first fired it back to second right there, but he was able to dive back. So almost a little bit of a double play there. But the runners at second with Matt Curtis up.
So one out in the inning, yeah, it was shot right back to Buczynski at first, and he definitely got something on the ball. It might have been his hand or the glove, but either way, it just spun right back short of the second base bag for O'Brien, so he couldn't step on second. He would have probably been able to had Buczynski not touched it.
As that one is rocketed by Curtis, and that one lands in very deep right center field. Matt Curtis is flying around to third. Harar scores. The throw almost is offline at third. So Matt Curtis with a one-out triple, scoring Wyatt Harar. So the score's 2-1, and the Blazers have cut down the deficit.
How about the bottom of the lineup getting the job done here in this half inning? Getting to Buczynski finally as they were swinging at the first offering multiple times. It comes through there. Second pitch swinging for Matt Curtis, and that ball was rocketed. The outfield playing rather shallow on that pitch. Melberger was not in deep center.
As that ball goes to the third baseman, fires it over to first. Quick out there from Spencer DeMarquette. Looks back Curtis before firing that over. And now Drew Simpson, first batter, up.
So it'll take a base hit. Couldn't get the sacrifice done from Carter Ribbon, but it was got the bat on the ball. Couldn't really ask for a whole lot more. Obviously, ball in the air would have been better, but he put the ball in play.
Drew Simpson takes pitch one in for a ball.
Just beautiful job over there on the left side from Spencer as he looked it back perfectly, the runner.
A second pitch in for a ball that moves Leco off the plate. And 3 straight balls, and the tempo still is quick from Buczynski. So that's in for strike one, and he took a little bit of time to reset between ball 3 and strike one.
It's the highest pitch count inning for Buczynski so far.
Simpson fouls that one behind the pavilion.
Full count, 2 outs, runner on third, tying run. Big spot.
Certainly a big spot. Buczynski fires in that payoff pitch, walking Drew Simpson. So it sets up Mason Woolwine, who highest batting average on the team with 2 outs and the corners on. And we just saw Gavin Leco step onto the field and signal some things to the infield. So there's definitely some sort of strategy for either Simpson's steal or where the ball's hit. We'll have to see. Strike one into Mason Woolwine.
It would be fitting if Woolwine comes through here with a hit to tie the game after he robbed the Miners of 2 runs. Make himself a +3 on the night, why not?
Certainly. As Woolwine pops that one up to shallow center field, and that'll be caught by Evan Melberger. So the Blazers are retired. They cut the deficit in half. The score remains 2-1 in favor of the Miners. Heading in to the top of the sixth, it'll be 5-6-7 up for Scranton. Devin Marquette leading things off has grounded out in his first at bat and was part of a inning-ending double play in his second at bat.
Still Cannon Zamal on the hill after he was able to get out of the jam coming in relief last half inning.
That pitch is in for a strike.
Count 1-1.
He fouls that one off the third baseline, finds himself down in the count.
Huge for Zamal to get the 2-strike counts. He's lethal with 2 strikes with the off-speed movement he's got. Pitch just yanked a little bit, but still, it's 1-2 pitch, kind of a waste pitch, trying to get Marker to chase.
Zamal fires that one in. Marquette fires it to the shortstop, fires it over to first there. So first out from Vaughn to Sawarnski.
Chris down there, yep. So the day obviously done for Mike Pasco after he was taken out after 4 innings. His final line, 4 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. Pretty solid outing. Only 60 pitches though. They kind of take him out a little early, but
As Patrick Munley, the DH, steps in to the right-handed batter's box, 1-0 count, fouls that one off the pole. He'll bounce back onto the field. You see Ty Everett on the bench today, quickly scurrying over to grab that one.
good speed. That's why he bats a lead off when he plays.
So that one's rocketed back at Zimmel's face, but he kind of puts his glove up, and that one will creep all the way back to Mason Woolwine, rolling to him in center field. So a single for Patrick Munley, but they'll take that damage, and not the damage that just could have happened to Zimmel.
Yeah. He had time to throw the glove up, but the ball was hit a little bit too high above where he had it placed. Didn't have a ton of time to react, obviously, as that one was rocketed, as you described it. Now it's the catcher.
So that ball bounces off Wyatt Harrar. So Munley steals second on that one, and a ball to Lecoq.
It's kind of been the problem all year for the Blazers with wild pitches / balls that get away from the catchers.
That one, I don't really know what happens. Maybe it hits his Harrar's catching gear, bounces off his glove, but it stays right in front of him. So no more damage on the base paths, but a second ball from Zamal.
Those are the dangerous ones for base runners. Is you think that one might have went to the backstop, it kind of just got pinned between the leg of the catcher Harrar, so could have been dangerous if he went.
So 3 straight balls to Gavin Lecoq, the catcher for the Scranton.
/ Wilkes-Barre. We've covered it before. Well documented that I still don't understand or agree with why there's a hyphen in Wilkes-Barre, why there's a / with the Scranton / Wilkes. I don't understand it. Just call it one or the other.
Strike 2. You can sense Lecoq's a little frustrated with himself on that one. So the count moves full for Cannon Zamal, able to work it back after 3 straight balls to start off this at bat. as the go pops this one up way high. The right fielder in Kovac calling that one off. So out number 2 of the inning, and Munley stays at second on that one, as that one was way too shallow right to tag.
And normally a ball to right field, and you're at second base, you end up moving over to third, but that one just a tad too shallow, got under it. Nice pitch from Zamal, working out of what was a 3-0 count.
That ball is roped foul into the tree that's out to the right of the Blazers bullpen. So, it's again Casey O'Brien. No more jinxes, but
Yeah.
looking to end this inning.
Lights are on here at Memorial Park. Beautiful backdrop as always.
Foul off to right field again. That time hitting the pole. Wrong bounce, and that's hitting the photographer.
Sharing a laugh. It's always a little bit of an eye-opener. Make sure you're staying awake here. I love the sound that the beam makes, too. I think it keeps everyone awake. Just if it hits the netting, if it comes at you, you're alert. But any ball off the beam here in front of us in the grandstands, everybody is wide awake.
It is always a gem when it happens. So Zamal fires over too short on that one. And Vaughn covering second, trying to get Munley out, but dives back in time. Unsuccessful there, but Zamal's ahead in the count, 0-2, looking to end the inning here.
It's a great move. He had the runner taking a huge lead. It was a close play at second.
The pitch comes in, almost nailing him in the head. Harar thought about firing down to third as Munley stole, and Munley had a good jump, but really didn't get there that quickly.
It's fine from Harar not making that play down to third. I like that because if you throw down to third, there's a huge risk of that ball getting away from the third baseman ribbon, and then obviously the run scores. There's 2 outs in the inning. The guy going to third isn't really that much big of a difference from second to third. He's probably scoring on a base hit either way.
Definitely. Zamal shakes off a couple of Harar's pitch calls, shook off 2 before winding up now a whole fire in for ball 2, so evening the count.
It's a good pitch, though, with 2 strikes. Very close inside. Surprised he was able to lay off it, but I think he swings at that one again if it's 2-2 now.
So that one's hit over Zamal's head, creeping into the outfield, kind of bounced off the glove of second baseman Drew Simpson, and he was running. So that'll end up scoring Munley. So the Scranton lead extends to 2 runs again after the Blazers were able to plate one in the bottom of the 5th, as the 9-hole Evan Melberger steps up to bat with O'Brien at first.
Ball's hit to the perfect spot, just hops right over Zamal and right back down the middle. Just no real play for either the second baseman Simpson or the shortstop Vaughn, as it's right in the middle in between. One guy tries to cut it off, and Simpson just couldn't get to it in time. It took a weird hop as well.
And Casey O'Brien, he's going to wish he played more games at Memorial Field, as he went from 1 hit all season to 2 hits. Well, 2 hits tonight, so 3 hits all season. And now a little bit of a rundown, and he'll be caught stealing second, Casey O'Brien. Unfortunate there for him, as he tried to steal and just timing was terrible. But the Blazers will take it and head to the bottom of the 6th, looking to even out the score. Casey Vaughn leads things off for the Blazers in the top of the sixth. It'll be 3-4-5 up as Tim Gilhooly comes on the mound for relief for Scranton.
It's been a while since, besides the doubleheader on Saturday, it's now becoming a trend possibly that the Blazers have been either even in the hit category or leading in the hit category. Obviously, they're down 3-1, but even at 5 hits to 5, so it's been a competitive game. Pasco went 4 innings. Nice start for him.
As Vaughn is able to rope that one into the gap, but the right fielder Jake Milan's able to run over and grab that one, as that one just had a lot of airtime that allowed him to get that. But the outfielders still remain really spaced out.
You're talking about during one of the breaks that the outfielders against the Blazers here at Memorial Park, the Blazers included, don't play too deep into the outfield. And I mean, there's not too many balls hit to the warning track or to the fence, so it's not that big of a deal. But when there is a ball hit to the gap, it's been a triple almost every time. I guess that's a trade you're willing to make to record the outs on bloopers in the shallow outfield or balls that are not too well hit, but they're placed in the perfect spot. You'd rather take the outs there and give up the extra bag, give it a triple on the occasional ball to the gap.
Andrew Swarinski steps up to the plate, evening the count 1-1. First pitch pulled Leco way off the plate, but he was able to get the ball in his glove. Had to stand up and twist his whole body, but did that and then fouled off for strike one. As that ball's popped up to the gap, wasn't sure if Mathis or Lawley was going to catch that one, but Jeremy Lawley, the left fielder, grabs that one. So 2 up and 2 down in the top of the sixth for the Blazers. Outfield getting a lot of action today.
Yeah, Luke Kopak out in left field. He makes the play there. That one hung up a little bit more, not kind of the bloopers I was talking about previously. But the other reason there's not too many balls hit to the gap and out to the fence is how deep this park is compared to other ones in the ECCBL. So that's in for a strike. The dimensions here at Memorial Park, 325 to the poles, 365 to left and right center, and then 390 to dead center. So deeper compared to the other ECCBL parks, and that's why you see them playing a little bit shallower.
Another pitch that pulls the way off the plate, but he doesn't let the ball get by him, evening the count at 1-1 for Mike Pasco, who stayed in this game as a DH. Pasco hits that one way high, and that one is caught by the center fielder, Evan Lundberger. Just tracked that ball down perfectly that was hit probably 385 feet, just so close to exiting this field. So 3 up, 3 down, score remains 3-1 as we head to the top of the seventh.
Top of the seventh here, the Miners lead 3-1, a 2-run lead for them. A new pitcher in the game. It's the left-hander for the Quakertown Blazers, Grant Fitzgerald, making his first appearance here in the orange and black uniform for the Blazers. The lefty deals high and inside for ball number 1. Fitzgerald playing collegiate ball at Alvernia, rocking the number 30 here for the Blazers. Hard hit ground ball right back up the middle for Melberger, and he's aboard with a leadoff base hit.
Like, that has to be the 5th or 6th ball from both teams that have just been rocketed back up at that pitcher. And I don't know if we've seen that be such a hot spot. I mean, you always see a couple every game, but that has been the place tonight that the ball has landed.
So Melberger turns the lineup over to Jack Mathis, the leadoff hitter, who's 1 for 2 on the night. Melberger on first, he takes his lead, he will go. Showing bunt and pulling it back, it's in for a strike. The throw down by Harar is not in time, and Melberger's in the scoring position for his 8th stolen base of the year, now 8 for 11. He's leading the team in times being caught stealing, but he's stolen as he's now able to move into second. Fitzgerald, the lefty, in his first appearance for the orange and black, who are searching for another win at Memorial Park. They got wins 2 and 3 on Saturday in the doubleheaders. That's a swing and a miss from Mathis. Count 0-2. Mathis, the leadoff hitter, 1 for 2 on the night. He's down in the count here as Fitzgerald, the left-handed reliever for Cannon Zamal, enters the game. On the hill for the Blazers, the 0-2 pitch. This one's popped back over the pavilion and out of play. And we'll do the 0-2 once again. The outfield from left to right for the Quakertown Blazers, Curtis, Woolwine, and Kovac. The infield, Ribbon, Vaughn, Simpson, and Black, the new first baseman in the game. And White Harar doing the catching as Fitzgerald's 0-2 on the way. Ground ball, it's soft to third. Ribbon has it over to first. Tag applied by Black. They say that he got the tag applied in time for out number 1, and Melberger stays at second. Job is done well by Carter Ribbon and Braden Black.
And definitely a big out there. Melberger, keeping him at second, getting that out. Big play there.
The 2 lowest scoring teams in the ECCBL face off here tonight, the Blazers and the Miners. Fitzgerald, the lefty, deals inside. Count 1-0, so it's Luke Kopak, the left fielder, who entered the game as a pinch runner 2 innings ago. He's now into the right-handed batter's box, ahead of the count at 1-0 with 1 gone in the inning. As the southpaw deals inside once again, very similar pitch. It's 2-0. Melberger, after stealing his 8th base of the season, stands on second and taking his lead. Now he trots back a little bit over to second as Fitzgerald looks him back. 6 hits to 5 in favor of Scranton. Fitzgerald's 2-0. It's fouled back. Another fastball fired inside. Kopak tips that one back into the backstop. It's 2-1. Wind swing just a tad out towards left field. No heavy gusts here tonight after we saw a little bit of wind recently at Memorial Park and in the Quakertown area the last few days as well. I can tell you that as I went golfing in it. 2-1 on the way with 1 out. That's in there for a strike, and the count moves even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Huge game for both of these teams as Scranton chases that number 1 seed in the Northern Division, which grants them a first-round bye if they're able to obtain it. 2-2 on the way. This one's lifted in the air out to shallow right field. Charging in is Kovac, calling him off as Simpson, and Melberger stays at second, 2 gone in the inning. Obviously a very important game for the Blazers, who will now sit exactly at the same spot as the Pocono Timber Rattlers despite having played 2 less games. The Blazers 8-12, the Timber Rattlers 9-13. So with a win tonight, they move into that 3rd spot in the North. The top 3 teams in each division make the playoffs. Fitzgerald looks Melberger back the first offering to Jake Milan is in for a strike. Milan leads the team in RBIs. He's 0 for 3 tonight, though. 2 outs in the inning. Fitzgerald steps off.
A big back call to Melberger. I don't know. Probably some player in the dugout, but very emphatic.
0-1 on the way. This one's golfed in the air. It's popped up. Center field. Woolwine nonchalantly over to make the grab. And Melberger is left stranded at second after reaching aboard with a leadoff hit and stealing the second base bag. So Fitzgerald, scoreless inning in his first appearance in the orange and black uniform. We head to the home half of the 7th as the Blazers look to battle back from a 2-run deficit. It's 3-1. Wyatt Harrar will lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th inning as the Blazers trail by 2. Here in this Northern Division matchup between the Miners and the Blazers, first pitch is yanked low and inside to Harrar. Nice job by Fitzgerald in relief, making his first appearance for the Blazers. He goes 1 inning and allows 1 hit. Cannon Zamal, his day is done. That one's fouled back into the protective netting, but for Cannon Zamal, the All-Star in relief, 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. 1 walk and a strikeout. Still Gilhooly on the hill for the Miners in relief. The 1-1 pitch, fastball misses inside. It's 2-1. Gilhooly into the double digits pitches. That pitch misses upstairs. It's 3-1 now to Wyatt Harrar, the leadoff hitter. He's 1 for 2. Is the catcher today. Big gap up the middle in between second and short. 3-1 pitch. Lift in the air out to shallow left field, and that drops in for a leadoff base hit. The catcher is aboard.
That ball just perfect position. Just able to get that bounce so Kopech isn't able to secure it in left field.
It's now the 4th leadoff hitter aboard for the Blazers in this game. Swing and a miss there from Kovac on the fastball outside. It's 0-1.
And that's something that we've seen change from, or evolve from beginning of the season to now, getting those leadoff hitters aboard.
Kovac taking the batting gloves off and dropping the bat momentarily. Hope he's all right. He's picking it up and looks like he's digging back in, so I guess he is okay. Harar, the catcher, on first. Nobody out here in the inning as Harar reached the board as the leadoff batter. The 0-1. It's upstairs. Snap throw back over to first. It's not in time. A close play, though. Nice job by Harar to get back after Gavin Leco, the catcher, popped back up quickly. Count now 1-1. Outfield shaded out towards left as the center fielder Melberger plays well to the left of the second base bag from our vantage point. 1-1 on the way. That's high and inside to Kovac.
And he kind of stumbles backwards, just a little off balance after that one was just very close to his face.
I think we're back now. A little bit of technical difficulties as the stream's internet lost connection for a brief moment, but we're back. Count still 2-2 on a ground ball from Kovac down the first base side. Throw back over to first. Harard's there safely.
That one was almost a little dangerous. So that one pulled Marquardt off the bag.
It's the first time the internet's gone bad here from this little camera that's been powering the stream.
Except for the power outage.
Well, the power outage you couldn't really survive through. Swing and a miss there from Kovac on a ball in the dirt, and he is retired. So the Tiger still coming to the plate here with a runner on first in a 2-run game. Matt Curtis will dig in here to the right-handed batter's box.
Hopefully he can hit another triple.
A ball out to right center that was roped with the outfield playing shallow. Gilhilly's pitch way up high. Snap throw back over and not in time.
And for a pitch that moved Leco off the plate and stood up, he got that ball down quick to first.
The wind stops blowing here at Memorial Park, 8:44 Eastern on this Wednesday evening. Pitch from Gilhilly, swing and a miss from Curtis. It's 1-1. Last game before the All-Star break for the Blazers. Not much of a break, though, as they will be back in action on Sunday right after the game on Saturday. A doubleheader against the Mercer Mammoths. Runner from first is going from Harar. The throw down from Leco gets into center field, and he will stop there at second. Pitch, I believe, missed inside. It was 2-1. Count is 2-1. Home plate umpire helps us out. Outfield sways towards left once again as the wind blows out there as well. Harar, the catcher, at second. 2-1 count with one out in the inning. It's outside. Gilhooly up to 22 pitches now in relief of Colby Baczynski, the starter in this game who went 5 innings. 3-1 offering inside. And a gentleman's 5-pitch walk to Matt Curtis. He's aboard. He'll take his base to first. Now it's the third baseman, Carter Ribbon. He's been involved in a pair of double play balls tonight over at third. He gets his chance now offensively to help out the team. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He's got runners on first and second. Big opportunity here for the Blazers with 1 out in the inning.
And a very big opportunity presenting itself for the Blazers. And this is one, as it hits almost the end of the season, we head into All-Star break, that they have to capitalize and take advantage of. This is a situation with men on that you can't let the inning end.
Ribbon talking it over with Coach Fitzgerald down the third base side. Thank you for tuning in tonight here on the Blazers YouTube channel. Rocco Pellegrino joined alongside Julian Henry tonight for the final game before the All-Star. I'm going to call it a breather, not really a break. 5 All-Stars for the Quakertown Blazers that will be participating in that game. Jackson Schollenberger, the catcher, Mason Woolwine, the center fielder, and 3 pitchers, Mike Pasco, who started tonight, Ben Jones, and Kenan Zamal, who came in relief of Pasco. First pitch here to Carter Ribbon, and he fouls this one off down towards the Blazers' dugout. Runners on first and second here for the Blazers. It's the catcher, Harar, at second, who swiped that bag. And Matt Curtis, who worked a 5-pitch walk over at first. Runners gone from second, Harar. The pitch is inside. Throw down from Laco. It's in time. Harar makes the second out at third base, trying to get 2 stolen bags.
That's unfortunate, as now there's just a runner at first with 1 out.
2 outs now, yeah.
2 outs.
Pitch was inside. So the count 1-1, 2 outs now in the inning with Matt Curtis over at first. Six hits to 6, even here at Memorial Park, but the score 3-1 as the Miners played a 2 in the top half of the second, another in the 6th. The Blazers got their lone run in the bottom half of the 5th. Ribbon flies this one out of play, foul, and the count now 1-2. This is the 5th matchup of 6 in the season series against the Wilkes-Barre Miners. Season series currently 3-1 in favor of Scranton, as the Blazers won the first and dropped the last 3. Ribbon flies this one back into the protective netting with the runner Curtis going with 2 strikes and 2 outs. And he'll trot back to the first base bag. Ribbon batting 156 this year. 9 spot in the lineup tonight with Curtis, the 8-hole hitter, at first. Gil Hooley, the 1-2 pitch, inside. Center fielder Melberger shifted heavily towards left once again with the wind blowing out towards that way still. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes and 2 outs in the bottom half of the 7th. Gil Hooley, the pitch. And it's fouled back by Ribbon. He stays alive. Ribbon, the incoming senior at Maryland Eastern Shore at the Division I level. He's played a lot in the infield so far this season at third, second, and short.
And he's doing everything in his power to keep this at-bat alive.
Counts,
and the inning.
Count still even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs in the inning. That pitch, it looks like it hit Ribbon's foot. He's going to hobble his way over to first, toss his bat, and he earns first base the hard way.
And this is a moment where you wish you had that runner at third to have the bases loaded, top of the lineup up. But you never know how that at-bat would have transpired if there was still that runner.
So a 8-pitch at-bat for Carter Ribbon ends up with a hit by pitch. He's now at first. It's Drew Simpson, the leadoff hitter, into the right-handed batter's box. He takes a big hack and misses at the first offering. Curtis at second. Ribbon at first, the tying run represented in Ribbon. Count, I believe, 0-1. After the swing and a miss there from Simpson. Yes, it is. 2 outs in the inning. That pitch gets by to the backstop. Trotting over to third is Curtis. Ribbons into second. And a base hit could tie the game here for Simpson.
And it was funny kind of watching Curtis's, processing of that as he took his lead and then, kind of shifted his body weight to head back over to second. And then he saw that ball crept past Laco and quickly scrambled over to third before him and Ribbon just kind of trotted their last couple of steps, knowing that Laco was not about to throw it down.
So it's runners on second and third, 2 in scoring position with Gouhilly working on the hill. The pitch to Simpson. It's fouled and spun towards the first base side. It sits in the infield dirt, part of home plate.
And talk about excitement as the sky starts to get dark. We heard the first firework go off. I'm sure there will probably be many tonight.
Hopefully it's in the center field backdrop. So the count 1-2 with 2 outs in the inning. Gil Hooley fires to Simpson upstairs. It's 2-2. Big spot here for the leadoff hitter, Drew Simpson, who made his first start on Saturday in the doubleheader. Got it hit tonight as well.
The deuces are wild here. 22.
They are. 2-2 on the way with 2 outs in the inning, and that finds the lower half of the zone for a backwards K. Simpson looks at the home plate umpire.
Frozen.
Not happy. Yeah. And he will walk back to the dugout with a backwards K. So Gilhooly strands runners on second and third and keeps it a 3-1 ball game. We'll head to the 8th inning. Still a 2-run lead for the Miners. Four, five, six due up here for the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners. It's Luke Spencer due to lead things off. He's 0 for 1, followed by Devin Markert. He's 0 for 3. And Patrick Munley is 1 for 3 with one of the 3 RBIs tonight for the Miners. He will bat third in this inning. It's still the left-hander Grant Fitzgerald on the mound in relief. For the Quakertown Blazers, the third pitcher in this game for the Orange and Black. His first pitch misses. Kind of shrugs the shoulders a little bit. 1-0 pitch on the way. That finds the upper half of the zone on the inside corner. It's 1 ball and a strike to Luke Spencer.
That one really had good movement. You could see it from Fitzgerald's release to when it hit Herrera's glove.
1-1 pitch. Pounding the inside part of the zone. Fitzgerald gets that call. It's 1-2. Fitzgerald up to 15 pitches. The 1-2 offering. Golfed right back to him, and he makes the grab. He looks like Ranger Suarez nonchalantly hauling it in for out number 1.
And while you bring up Ranger Suarez, the Phils are tied with the Cubs 1-1 in the top of the 4th. Rafael Marchand homered to even the score of the game for the Phillies as the Cubs led 1-0 early on.
Fitzgerald gets a first pitch swing from Marker, and it's popped up right back to the second baseman, Drew Simpson, who makes the over-the-shoulder grab in the outfield grass. 2 outs.
And we've really seen a lot of athleticism. We talked about Dylan Broderick on Saturday, his athleticism. Drew Simpson tonight, he has made a heck of a lot of plays at second base.
He had the impressive diving stop to his right, robbing a hit. Makes the, not routine catch, but over-the-shoulder grab in the outfield grass. The first pitch here from Fitzgerald misses outside. Patrick Munley, the designated hitter, the freshman at Westchester, batting just above the 200 mark this year. That one finds the outer half of the zone. It's 1-1. Braden Black in at first base. Dylan Broderick not getting the start tonight, as you were talking about earlier, Julia. 1-1 pitch. Lifted over the head of Simpson, and that will drop in for a 2-out base hit. And Munley will stop there at first. He's aboard. So now it's the catcher, Gavin Lecoe, who will be teammates with Braden Black next season. He'll dig in here with a runner on first and Patrick Munley. Fitzgerald's second hit allowed in relief of Cannon Zamal, who went 2 innings in relief of Pasco. Pitch misses outside. Zamal's final line, 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run. It was unearned, a walk and a strikeout. And for Pasco, 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned. 3 walks and 2 Ks. 1-0 on the way. It's upstairs. Infield and outfield played to their normal depths here. As Fitzgerald throws back over to first, Munley's there safely. Black still standing on the first base bag, trying to hold the designated hitter back to first as Fitzgerald deals in for a strike. And the count 2-1 to the catcher, Lecoe. Lecoe enters hitting 138 in this game, and he swings and misses at the 2-1, and the count moves even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two outs here in the top half of the 8th inning. The Blazers trying to strand a runner. Grant Fitzgerald, the lefty. It's upstairs. And the count full.
That was a good pitch, 2-2. Close enough that Lecoe could have chased it.
Payoff pitch will be delayed as Fitzgerald flips back over to first. Braden Black that time does not hold the tag a little bit longer on Patrick Munley, as he did previously. Payoff pitch with 2 gone in the inning. The runner goes. It's golfed in the air out to foul territory down the left field line. It's foul. And it drops just beyond the dugout of the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners. Nobody up there in the pen.
If Scranton had someone in the bullpen, that might have hit them.
Yeah.
They weren't really paying attention to the game action.
Pair of arms warming up in the Blazers side of things down in the bullpen. But first, Grant Fitzgerald trying to get out of this top half of the 8th. Payoff pitch with 2 outs in the inning, and he gets a swing and a miss. Lecoe down on strikes. Fitzgerald gets his first strikeout in a Blazers uniform, and he strands a runner at first. We head to the home half of the 8th inning. The Blazers with 6 outs left to stage a comeback. They trail by 2. New pitcher into the game here for the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners. It's Dustin Ferraro, who will make his 4th appearance against the Quakertown Blazers. He has pitched in 3 of the 4 games previously against the Orange and Black. His first and his 3rd outings against the Blazers, very good. 2 innings pitched, scoreless outings. His second one, though, 2 innings pitched in that game, but he allows 3 runs. The benefit, though, for the Miners, though, in that game on June 13th, it was the only 3 runs they allowed in a 11-3 victory over Quakertown. First pitch is into Mason Woolwine inside. It's 1-0. The top 3 hitters for the Blazers have struggled the last 2 games. 1 for 9 tonight. They were hitless yesterday. 1-0 pitch bounces in the dirt. Simpson tonight, the leadoff hitter. He's 1 for 3. He's got the lone hit for the top 3. But yesterday, in that loss to the Wilkes-Barre Miners, by a score of 5-2, they were hitless. Big hack there from Woolwine, and he swings and misses. It's 2-1.
And a big firework.
Yeah, simultaneously.
I'm sure it'll only pick up.
Hopefully the firework comes on a ball put in play.
Yeah, that would be
2 ones high and inside.
Simultaneous rather than a ball.
Woolwine saw his 10-game hitting streak come to an end yesterday, trying to start a new one here as he's 0 for 3. He's ahead of the count, though, at 3-1. The pitch. Inside corner called strike, and the count full. He wasn't happy. He was already starting his journey down the first. Ferraro on the hill. Payoff pitch on the way to the leadoff hitter. Woolwine, it's upstairs. Leadoff walk for the Blazers in the 8th. The 2 teams with the lowest offensive outputs in the ECCBL playing what would you then call a predictable game, as it's 3-1 here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Casey Vaughn digs in here. First pitch to him misses. Woolwine over at first base. He does have some speed. He's 6 for 6, stealing bags this year. That pitch is in for a strike, and the count even at a ball and a strike to Casey Vaughn, the shortstop in this game. It's been moved around the infield all year. Ferraro holds up towards the neck. The 1-1 pitch. Finds the outer half of the zone. It's 1-2. Outfield shifts towards left field with the infield playing at their normal spots. Woolwine takes his lead from first. Ferraro ready. The 1-2. Got him looking. Vaughn down on strikes. A 4-pitch strikeout for out number 1. So now it'll be Braden Black. He had the leadoff triple in the bottom half of the 9th on Saturday's game 1 of the doubleheader. He scored the game's winning run on the sac fly from Jackson Schollenberger. He takes a first pitch in for a strike.
Definitely looking to carry that winning magic into this bottom of the 8th.
Black put in for Swarzky at first base, and he turns on one foul, though. A hard hit ground ball down the first base side. And the count 0-2. This is Black's first plate appearance in this game, as Swarzky went 1 for 3 in his 3 at-bats. Count 0-2 with 1 out in the inning. Ferraro ready. Now he throws back over to first. In safely is Woolwine. Mike Pasco, who started this game, is on deck. The tying run at the plate for the Blazers in Braden Black. Ferraro, the right-hander, deals, and he gets a swing and a miss. Braden Black down on strikes back-to-back. Strikeouts for Ferraro, 2 gone in the inning. So now it's Mike Pasco to the plate, with Wyatt Herrera, the catcher, who's 2 for 3 now on deck. Pasco went 4 innings in this start. He grounds one right to short. Routine play from Mathis across the diamond in time for the 3rd out in the inning. So Woolwine, is stranded at first after a leadoff runner is aboard for Quakertown. We'll head into the ninth inning. The Blazers will have 3 outs in the bottom of the ninth to stage a comeback. But first, they have to get 3 against the Miners. So the score 3-1 in favor of Scranton. We'll head to the ninth. The day is done for Grant Fitzgerald in relief, and the new pitcher for the Quakertown Blazers, Malachi Duca, the right-hander. He will now make his 6th appearance on the hill for the Quakertown Blazers, trying to get 3 outs to keep it a 2-run ball game. Duca, in his last appearance on June 29th against the South Jersey Kings in that doubleheader in the sweep for the Blazers, retired the 3 hitters that he faced, got the save. It's been encouraging for Duca to kind of establish his role as a late inning reliever, possibly maybe even a closer. He's got the high velocity for it. Just had some trouble with command to start this season, as that one's fouled back into the pavilion beam. It is O'Brien at the plate. O'Brien, the second baseman, 2 for 3 today. He's gotten his 2nd and 3rd hit this season, entering today at 1 for 33. He's been doing well in this 8 spot for the Wilkes-Barre Miners. He takes that pitch, and it misses. The count 1-1. Duca gets the sign from Wyatt Harari. Holds at the belt, and the 1-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. Fooled O'Brien there. It's 1-2. A defensive substitution for the Blazers as Grayson Kovac leaves the game from right field, and Logan Sigg takes over defensively. Sigg will bat in the bottom of the 9th inning, so not just a defensive change as Malachi Duca gets the leadoff hitter O'Brien via the strikeout. So Fitzgerald is slotted in with a final line of 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs, and a strikeout in his first outing. The left-handed reliever sets the tone for his 2024 summer season.
And as Melberger, before he stepped into the box, Harar went out at the middle between the mound and home plate and talked to Duca for a little bit, probably discussing strategy facing the nine hole here, and then what happens when the lineup is turned over to Jack Mathis.
Count 1-0 here to Melberger, with 1 out in the inning, and he swings and fouls, tips that one back into the mid of Harar. And the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Melberger has been hitting well as of late. He's boosted his average up north of 270 as he's 2 for 2 today. An RBI and a walk to his name as well. 1-1 on the way, swing and a miss, and Duca trying to make quick work here in this 9th inning to give the offense a chance. He moves ahead in the count to 1-2. Infield shifted a tad towards the right, towards first base. 1-2, pitch is on the way and swung on and missed from Melberger. Back-to-back Ks to start the relief outing for Malachi Duca.
Perfect so far. And the wind is still blowing a little bit towards the left side of the field. Definitely dying down, but still there.
This is Duca's second appearance against the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners. His first was his first outing on a weekday game back on June 13th, just under a month ago. As this pitch is lined out the right field, it hooks foul. But in that game, he only recorded 1 out. He faced 5 batters, 21 pitches, 4 runs came across the score. 1 of them was earned, 3 walks and a strikeout. That was when the command was not there. But as of late, in his last 3 appearances, it could become 4 today, is not allowed or issued a walk. It's ahead of the count here at 0-1 to the leadoff hitter, Jack Mathis, the shortstop. With 2 outs here in the top of the 9th, Duca holds at the Blazers' lettering, the pitch. In there for a strike, the off-speed finds the zone. It's 0-2. Could be a poetic relief appearance here for Malachi Duca against the Miners that beat up on him just under a month ago on June 13th. The 0-2 pitch. Ground ball right back up the middle. Vaughn over to his left. He has it. And it's not in time to first as Mathis, the shortstop, beats it out.
And Vaughn was confident in that one, as after he threw that ball over, he was almost in the Blazers' dugout.
I mean, he was running towards it. Momentum was carrying him over. And it was not a well-hit ball, and that ends up benefiting Mathis as the little spinner on the infield grass dies out in front of second base. Vaughn charging at it. Not able to get the first in time. So a runner aboard with 2 gone in the inning. Mathis, who leads the team in stolen bags, takes a huge lead as the right-hander Duca deals the first pitch that's fouled back by Luke Kopak. It's 0-1.
Ooh, and that hit a fun part of the pole. I'm not sure we've heard that sound as it comes off.
Might have been a beam or something, I'm not sure. The edge of the beam. Mathis takes his lead from first. Duca looks him back over his outside shoulder with 2 gone in the inning. The pitch to Kopak gets upstairs. More fireworks. Save them for the walk-off in the bottom of the 9th.
Hopefully.
Mathis extends his lead an extra couple of steps. Duca looks him back. Runner's going. He gets a big jump, and the pitch skips to the backstop either way. He's thinking about 3. Big turn, but he retreats back to the second base bag. And Mathis is into second, into scoring position, and he's up now to 20 stolen bases on the year. Still 2 outs in the inning, though, for Malachi Duca. Down in the count here at 2-1 to Luke Kopak, who is inserted into this game as a pinch runner. As a result, pair of ABs tonight. He's 0-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2 with 2 outs in the inning. Duca a strike away from getting the 3 outs needed. Mathis at second. He extends his lead a tad as Duca stares right at him. 2-2 on the way with 2 gone in the inning. This one's popped up in foul territory. Harar, the catcher, moving in, and it drops behind the Blazers dugout. Would have been an impossible diving play on the gravel.
And getting that foul ball over from the area where the trainers are, 2 more thrown over, as a lot of foul balls have been hit that way over the course of the game today.
So we'll do the 2-2 offering to Luke Kopak once again. The 7th pitch of the AB on the way here. Duca looks towards his catcher, Wyatt Harar, as the right-handed hitter digs in. The pitch. That's in there for a backwards K. Malachi Duca gets 3 strikeouts and strands Mathis at second after an infield hit. And will move into the home half of the 9th inning. The Blazers have 3 outs remaining to score 2 or more runs. Stay with us here on the Blazers YouTube channel to see if the orange and black can walk it off. Bottom of the 9th inning, 3 outs remaining for the Blazers to work up some magic and slot themselves, in, for the time being, into a playoff spot. It'll be Wyatt Harar, the catcher, due to lead things off. As I believe it is Jake Milan, yes it is, the new pitcher on the hill. So he's taken out defensively. And he will look for the 3-out save here as the tying run stands on deck. But first, got to get a runner aboard. It's Wyatt Harar trying to do the job. First pitch swinging, he fouls it back.
And that foul ball is echoed by about 15 fireworks.
Once again, I'm hoping the fireworks come off at the right time on a walk-off win for the Blazers. It's Jake Milan on the hill. 0-1 pitch finds the outer half of the zone. It's 0-2. Pazuski now in the game at shortstop. As Kopak moves to right field, Mathis now out in left. 0-2 pitch on the way to Harar, and it's a backwards K to start things off. 1 out in the inning for Milan.
And definitely not the ideal start you want in the bottom of the 9th. Ideal start for Milan, but not for the Blazers.
So Harar down on strikes. He's now 2 for 4 on the night, and it's Logan Sigg, the right fielder who was just inserted into the game in the top of the 9th inning. The left-hander Milan deals outside. It's 1-0. Standing on deck is Matt Curtis. That pitch misses outside. Count now 2-0. It's 6, 7, and 8 trying to get the job done for the Blazers. Herrera down on strikes. Now the 7-hole hitter, Sig. 2-0 pitch on the outer half of the zone. It's now 2-1. That pitch misses upstairs. The count 3-1 now to Logan Sig. With one out here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Curtis standing on deck with the outfield playing way towards left field against the right-hander Sig. That pitch is upstairs, and Sig works a gentleman's 5-pitch walk. He's aboard, and the tying run comes to the plate in Matt Curtis.
And that's lucky for Sig, who comes into the game in the top of the ninth inning to play the field. First at bat of the game, not as warmed up, whatever, fresh new blood. So getting a walk there is helpful.
Evan Melberger playing well out towards left field. A huge shift on in the outfield as Curtis takes the first pitch outside. It's 1-0. Logan Sig on first base. He will take his lead. The Blazers need at least 2 here in the bottom of the ninth to keep this game going. That pitch outside. It's 2-0. Jake Milan trying to record the 3-out save. He needs 2 more. But he's down to the count here at 2-0. The pitch is in for a strike. 2-1. Fastball finds the zone. This is Milan's 3rd appearance on the hill this year. He's yet to allow an earned run. 2-1 on the way, and it's popped up. Foul territory near the first base bag. Over is Marquardt, and he dropped it.
And that is lucky for the Blazers, as Marquardt he was pointing to himself saying, "That's my bad." He had the ball about a centimeter from his glove, and I don't really know how he drops that.
Towering pop-up down in foul territory, so Matt Curtis gets a huge break. Count now 2-2 with 1 out in the inning and Sig on first. The lefty deals, and it's left upstairs, a close take, and the count moves full. Error goes to Devin Marquardt over at first base as Jake Milan, the left-hander. Pitch on the way, it's fouled back. Count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Matt Curtis. The 7-hitter gets the job done in Logan Sig. Now it's on to number 8. 1 out in the inning with Sig on first, the tying run at the plate. Milan kicks the pitch, fouled back again.
And Curtis is staying alive. As the fans in the stands point to more foul balls.
Been a lot of them in this AB. 3 foul balls in this at-bat for Curtis. The count is full in the 9th pitch of this plate appearance on the way from the left-hander Jake Milan. He holds at the belt, looks the runner back with 1 out in the inning. The payoff pitch, backwards K again. 2 strikeouts for Milan. That one, the backdoor slider swoops back into the zone. 2 gone in the inning. And now it's Carter Ribbon, the last gasp here for the Blazers, with Drew Simpson, the leadoff hitter, standing on deck. Ribbon, the 3rd baseman in this game. He represents the last out for the Quakertown Blazers. He's also the tying run. Milan's first offering to him. He takes it outside. It's 1-0. Ribbon 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. Ahead of the count at 1 ball and no strikes. Milan kicks the pitch. Foul tip into the mitt. 1-1. Outfield still shaded well towards left. A big gap out in right center opposite field for Ribbon, the right-handed batter. Sig at first. He takes a small lead. The pitch. Inside corner for strike 2. Count 1-2 with 2 outs in the inning. Ribbon down to his last strike as the Blazers try to stage a comeback. The tying run at the plate and Sig on first. 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Ribbon is retired, and Milan gets 3 strikeouts and the 3-out save to give the Miners a 3-1 victory. So Scranton improves their 13-9 record to 14-9, and the Blazers dropped to 8-13 after a lackluster offensive performance. The pitching staff, specifically the bullpen, does a nice job keeping it a competitive game after Pasco goes 4 innings, Cannon Zamal goes 2, Fitzgerald goes 2, and Malachi Duca gets 3 outs of his own. But unfortunately for Quakertown, it's not enough, and they will still sit in the 4th spot in the Northern Division outside of a playoff spot. So, Julia, your final thoughts.
It was a hard-fought game. Both teams left 8 men on base, so it's good to see that number even. But obviously, the Miners scored those 2 extra runs that the Blazers didn't. So that's where the contrast comes. But it's just really finding that offense for the Blazers. I think, we talked early in the season, and there was a lengthy list of things to do to create wins and to have a winning season. And the starting pitchers in the bullpen, we have to give all the credit to. They have been playing lights out. They've been showing up day in, day out, putting in the hard work. All the credit goes to them. Another thing, we saw a little bit of errors in the doubleheader, but no errors from the Blazers tonight, and that was something that plagued them so much. So defensively, things have really shaped up for the Blazers. It's just that offense still is not there.
Yep, they only put up 1 run tonight after putting up only 2 against the Wilkes-Barre Miners yesterday, and Scranton improves to a 4-run record against Quakertown. They have now taken the season series. They will have the tiebreaker if it comes down to that. But as of now, they currently sit 5 games up on Quakertown, so it probably won't come down to that as this season is more than 2/3 of the way through. So the winning pitcher in this game goes to the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners starter in Colby Bachinski, who goes 5 innings. He allows 5 hits and 1 run. It was earned. A walk and 2 strikeouts. He does his job well, and he gets credit with the win. Tim Gilhooly in relief goes 3 innings scoreless, allowing only 1 hit. And Jake Milan gets the 3-out save with 3 strikeouts in the bottom half of the 9th to give the Miners their 14th win of the season. They now currently sit a half game out of first in the North, that coveted 1 seed in the bye in the Northern Division. So that'll do it from us here tonight on the Blazers YouTube channel. We'll be back on Saturday, but not for a Blazers game. It'll be for the All-Star game and the Home Run Derby. The Home Run Derby currently slated to begin at 2:45 p.m., so we'll be live for that. I will be here for that. Julie will not. And then for the All-Star game, which is scheduled to start at 5:57 with the introductions, and then 6:07 p.m. for the game itself. We'll be live for that here on the Blazers YouTube channel. We look forward to it here at Memorial Park. Should be a great evening on July 6th for the ECCBL. So we thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast on the Blazers YouTube channel. The Blazers drop to 8-13 and fall 3-1 to the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners. From Julia Henry and from Rocco Pellegrino myself, we're signing off, and we will see you on Saturday.